He left a fortune in cash, an open trap for his desperate driver. But the truth revealed by a late-night call shattered the millionaire's cynical world and made him question everything he thought he knew about. Old Arthur Jenkins, his hands gnarled like ancient roots and eyes holding the weight of 1,000 weary sunrises, was desperate. A plea for an early paycheck, a mere week into his new driving job for the notoriously guarded millionaire, Marcus Thorne, had already ignited a spark of suspicion. Marcus, a man whose trust had been shattered countless times, saw a familiar pattern emerging. He devised a cruel test, a leather briefcase, bursting with crisp bills, deliberately left agape on the back seat of his luxurious sedan. Arthur, oblivious to the silent trap, drove on, his focus unwavering, his gaze never once straying to the glistening temptation behind him. But what Marcus couldn't foresee was the chilling phone call that night, a desperate cry that would rip through his cynical worldview and force him to confront a truth about integrity he never believed existed. A quick note from the creators: if this is your first time joining us, please hit that subscribe button. Your support means the world, helping us bring you more impactful stories. Stay with us to the very end, and if this tale resonates, share your thoughts below and pass it on to a friend. Now, let's dive in. The grand wrought iron gates of the Thorne estate groaned open, swallowing the sleek black vehicle into its perfectly manicured grounds. Behind the wheel sat Arthur Jenkins, a man whose tired gaze spoke volumes of a life spent toiling, always chasing, never quite catching up to stability, never quite finding peace. His hands, steady on the steering wheel, were a roadmap of knotted veins and old scars, testaments to a lifetime of honest, grueling work. This position, driving a tycoon, felt like a precious lifeline. It wasn't glamorous, no, but it was consistent. And consistency meant food on the table, relief for his aching joints, and perhaps, just perhaps, a chance to help his beloved daughter, Sarah, keep the lights on for her own child. Yet, beneath Arthur's quiet, composed exterior, lay a crushing burden he dared not speak aloud. His new boss, Marcus Thorne, was a fortress of distrust. Marcus had witnessed too many smiles morph into greedy sneers, too many employees exploiting his kindness the moment his back was turned. Vanishing jewels, mysteriously like cash boxes, even a former assistant absconding with company secrets. Marcus had learned to guard not just his immense fortune, but his very heart against the world. So, when Arthur, barely settled in, cleared his throat and humbly requested an advance, Marcus's suspicions instantly flared. He scrutinized the older man across his polished mahogany desk, the worn jacket, the weary eyes, the voice that almost cracked with a desperate plea. To Marcus, it was a rerun of a story he knew all too well. Another desperate soul, another betrayal waiting to unfold. Later that evening, Marcus confided his unease to a trusted friend over a glass of amber brandy.